Good morning, everyone. Welcome to round 5 of the FIA World Rally Championship. Welcome to Portugal and to the first run of the Shakedown stage. This morning, we are kicking off in championship order with Elfyn Evans, first on the road for you, followed by Kalle Rovanperä. Then Oyt Tanak, Thierry Neuville, Esa-Pekka Lappi, Taka Katsuta, Danny Sordo and Pierre-Louis Loubet before we head into WRC2 territory with Johan Rossell, Oliver Solberg, Nikolai Gryzin, Gus Greensmith, Sunanen, Mikkelsen, Formeau, Zaldivar and Chris Meek. Huge good morning to you wherever you're watching around the world. I'm Bex Williams, ready to chat you through Shakedown. Alongside me is Julian Porter. As we head into an exciting round on the championship calendar, there have been 7 different winners here in Portugal in the last 7 editions. The championship is so close right now, 11 points separating the top 5 drivers. We are so ready to go here. So let's get started.
2, 1. Go, 9 right round curve off the gravel,
separating the top 5 drivers. We are so ready to
Julian,
this is a shakedown stage that the drivers are very familiar with. It's just shy of 5 kilometers in length. And a good start for them to get themselves in Portuguese mode.
Yeah, it's, as you say, it's maybe not super representative of what they've got coming over the next 3 days, but it's a good length of stage. It's 5Ks, it's good distance. This kind of stuff is proper. Yeah, the ends in a rallycross track, which is great for the spectators. Absolutely. This stuff is good. The end of it's maybe not totally representative, but it does give them a real good flow. Some shakedowns are a couple of Ks, you know what I mean? But this is nice. Get up to speed. Elfyn Evans first on the road. This is his kind of first test of how he can kind of cope with this weekend. I remember talking to him in Croatia. He goes, you never know, it might rain in Portugal. And it has in the past. We've had some horrendous weather sometimes in Portugal, so...
But it looks set fair for the whole weekend. Beautiful blue skies and sunshine. He has good experience here in Portugal, though he's won this event back in 2021. I think this is now his 11th participation. And when you look at the drivers, especially up at the top level, how many times they've done this event, you are up into double digits.
You are, yeah. You can watch it all weekend on on All Live this weekend. But yeah, obviously Evans first on the road, courtesy leading the World Championship, tied with Ogier, but Sebastian Ogier not coming here this weekend, probably on purpose. We now know we will see Ogier in Sardinia, so as I say, Elvin had never had a great run here until he basically won, and then he's had some strong performances.
Elvin, of course, is our last winner at Rally Croatia, and Kalle Rovanperä, our world champion, reigning world champs here, but yet to get a win on the board this year. They've certainly been consistent, Julian. They've had 3 fourth places in a row. On the podium in Monty, of course, but they want to get on the top step of that podium, and I think, you know, we all want to see that as well.
Yeah, it's a consistency that, as you say, he's probably not massively happy with or impressed with all those 4th places, but it's better than winning one and then binning it on a couple of others. But it just shows how competitive the championship is. Yeah, Ogier's won a couple, but if you're wondering why we're starting on tarmac, that happens quite a lot in Portugal and in Sardinia. Protect the road for other cars coming through, make it a bit fairer for everybody on the start line. So this is rallycross track. We've been around here so many times. It is pretty cool, but when I said it's unrepresentative, we actually have Lusada and things like that, so it does get them kind of in that groove for it. So maybe it's not unrepresentative, maybe it's a mix of what we've got coming over the next few days with some spectate specials, super specials. We have quite a few super specials here.
We do indeed have quite a few super specials, and plenty of fans that always head to Portugal to watch the action. Let's head out though to Molly Pettit, who's at the stop control, to hear from Elvin.
Good morning. Coming here on a high after that win in Croatia. Tell us a bit about what it's going to be like out there tomorrow, opening the road.
Yeah, probably pretty tough. We know the story on these dry gravel rallies, but you know, it's like that, so we have to try and make the most of the day. It's not going to be an easy day. It's probably the roughest day of the rally tomorrow in no service, so plenty to get at and try and get through cleanly.
Yeah, he makes a very valid point there, doesn't he? There is no midpoint service. It's a tyre fitting zone that punctuates the day tomorrow. And, you know, we've got some classic tests like Arganil tomorrow and Goish. So it's going to be a difficult day. He's well aware of that. But that's the kind of the dark cloud of leading the championship, is that you will be first on the road. He has to just make the most of what he can do out there. Let's talk about Oitanak then.
Yeah, a driver who is constantly, all season, been pushing M Sport to be better. We've got more work to do. We've got more work to do. Keep pushing, keep pushing. He's had a win. He's had podiums. Tell you what, in the world of Oitanak, when this does click and when he is happy, everyone else better watch out, haven't they?
Absolutely, and that is the case with him. Final stretch now then for Kalle Rovanperä. And Joona Halttunen, as he said, our reigning world champs, hunting for that first victory of the season. Let's see how they're feeling then. 2 drivers through our shakedown test so far. Kalle Rovanperä with a 256.2, Elvin Evans with a 257.3. Oitanak also a winner here. And I love the fact we've had 7 different winners over the past 7 editions.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It is probably the most difficult one to predict who's going to be on the top step.
Good morning. You're our last winner here in Portugal, and it's been a while since your last win. How confident are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, it has been already too long since the last win, so of course it will not be easy to start second on the road here, but last year we started first, so of course we will try to do a good job this weekend and hopefully might fight for the win.
Yeah, 1 position better on the road this year at least, but it's still going to be tough, as you mentioned, from second on the road.
And the other thing, you've got 8 stages tomorrow, so if you were to drop it early on, that's a lot of time penalty to pick up. Also, if you make a mistake and the car's damaged, you've got to nurse that through 8 stages. So it is a very, very demanding day. So you're going to have to be neat and tidy. You might lose a bit of time here and there, but in the long game, you might be still within the fighting distance on Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning.
Thierry Neuville, 2018 winner of this event. And Oitanak also in the stage. She's the 2019 winner.
It's quite amazing. 7 different winners in 7 years. Back to the gold roof for the heat. Saw that last year. I'd love to see Neuville get hooked up on Friday, you know, because we've seen it Saturdays and Sundays. He's awesome.
Good time on the board then for Tanak on the first run of the Shakedown test here at Rally Portugal. Welcome along, everyone. Hopefully you're going to be with us for the whole weekend. With All Live, we'll be broadcasting every single stage. Let's cross out then and get the thoughts of the 2019 World Champion and 2019 winner of Rally Portugal, Oitanak.
Oi, good morning. It's so close in the championship. You're starting third on the road this weekend. How big is the fight going to be?
It will be fight, no question. The challenge is hard for us to travel, so let's see how far we can get, but yeah, we need to try hard.
You mentioned he's pushing the team, and you know all the comments. But that's the way he is. That's the very nature of his character.
For, you know,
he pushes them. They in turn will push him also. Nice reference to the Irish flag, still on the rear of the car of the Hyundais and Full Craig. Nice to see those touches. He will be well remembered here this weekend.
I just hope that Essa-Pekka Lappi can get hooked up. Remember, this was the first place he drove a World Rally car in Portugal, and he won a stage. Did he win the power stage? I think it was. And I just love to see him have that. He's showing the pace. Mexico was awesome, so you can watch it all weekend with us. I'd love to see this pair win at the end of it. I really would.
We've seen some really promising pace from them on gravel. I think we all know any Essa-Pekka Lappi fan out there knows what he can do on any surface. He hasn't had the luck with him, unfortunately.
This is all very close. That's 4th on the road there, and 2nd quickest. Elvin only one. Is it representative? Is not representative? Let's see. How hard are they pushing? How are they not pushing? But that's quite close. For me, Lappi is in the best places of our, what you class as real challenges. Nothing to knock out Katsuta and Sordo, but they're the regulars, you know?
Good morning. It's been a while since your last win here, the team's last win here. How hungry are you all to be up on that top step again?
I mean, after losing the lead in Croatia with a mistake, I definitely want to fight for victory this weekend and bring it home. But it's going to be a challenging event. We need to stay away out of trouble, no punctures, and just get through the stages, benefit from a better road position tomorrow, and then we're going to see.
Yeah, he's still smarting from obviously that mistake in Croatia. The team desperately wanted to get onto the top step of the podium, and it was very disappointing for him after what had been a great run up until that point.
Yeah, what can Takamoto Katsuta do? Sordo obviously has got a very good road position. Lube wanting to emulate his father and get a podium here when his dad got one in 1988. So it'll be interesting to see, can Sordo benefit from that great road position, or is Lappi the one where the sweet spot is? Then it starts to turn, because it's quite a rough rally in places as well. Quite a few stones get dug out, particularly on second passes.
And that's EP through, and again, as you say, it's all very close, isn't it?
I hope it's this close tomorrow.
2:56 is the time for Essa-Pekka Lappi. That's 3rd fastest. Oit with the fastest time right now, 2:55.8. Then it's Neuville, Lappi, Rovanperä, and Elvin Evans. something happening here.
It's just some smoke coming out, isn't there? You see, it's just some bit of smoke. But where's it coming from? They can't work out where it's coming from. EP's got the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
This is not good. Let's let them get on, but you can just see it coming out of the above the Esa-Pekka Lappi. They have some like vents, like some foam venting to like let the air circulate, and that seems to be where it's coming out of. So something behind Yanni's seat, it seemed, had caught fire. I mean, they wouldn't have a jacket in the car. I'm trying to think of something simple rather than something really bad, as in kind of like, but that's a bit of a worry.
Yeah, if we get any more information on that, we'll bring it to you. Danny Sordo now and Candido Pereira.
We did see, we were on board with Takamoto Katsuta whilst watching the Lappi thing just develop there. So Taka is in the stage, here he is.
So many people on the hillsides already here at the end of the rallycross track.
Oh, I thought we were just going to sneak in there with the quickest time.
No, for Taka Katsuta, 2:56.1.
It's the first
ahead of Rovanperä.
It's the first pass that they really look at, because this is what you can do 3 runs. You have to do 3 runs at Shakedown, but the first pass is what you get on a rally day. So.
Let's see from Taka.
You know, it's never easy in this competition, so yeah, just try to avoid problems and especially puncture and things. And yeah, for sure, I will try to do my best and push as much as I can. And yeah, let's see what's gonna happen.
Love the way that the car just is up on its haunches, straight off the line. With Lube now, and you were chatting to him last night, he's keen to emulate his dad, Yves Lube, of course, his results.
Yeah, 1988, he finished 3rd in the rally. One of a few podiums that Yves Lube got. And Pierre sees this rally, Sardinia, Greece. It's just 4 or 5 rallies that he wants to kind of like show that he deserves to be here and has his rightful place. And
he was telling me last night that his dad tells, you know, the best rally stories. We'll talk about it throughout the weekend, because he came out with some absolute golden nuggets of information last night. But join us on All Live and you'll be able to hear some of those. Danny Sordo about to complete now then. Everyone within tenths of seconds of each other. And in fact, Sordo and Lappi on the same overall time, 2:56.
Find it quite interesting. Tanak saying we've got a lot of work to do. Currently sat on the top of the time sheets.
Currently fastest, yeah, classic.
Danny, good morning. Really love the helmet design for this weekend. You've been here so many times before. Your road position and everything. Do you think you perhaps could fight for the win? It's not easy to hear in here, is it?
Helmets are too close. Sorry?
You've been here so many times before, but you're still missing a win here in Portugal with your road position and everything. Is it possible?
Yeah, everything is possible. I don't know the time, but I feel really good with the car, and yeah, it's only Shakedown, but I have good feelings. It's always nice to come here in Portugal, and it's like a special feeling with all the fans, the Spanish fans, Portuguese fans, so it's so nice.
Yeah, Molly referencing the helmet there that Danny is wearing. He's put some images up on social media. Part of it, half of the helmet, is the Irish flag.
when Danny Sordo has the feeling, I get excited.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
when he has that feeling, he is absolutely ace. And with that road position, could he be the one? I'm saying Lappy's probably in a prime. Is it Sordo's weekend? He would love a win in Portugal. He keeps talking about it. After a winning Rally Spain, Portugal would be the one he would want. If he can't win Spain, he would want to win in Portugal.
We've got 7 drivers through so far. Lube will make it 8. 1.4 seconds off the time of Tanak, with a 2:57.2.
Louis, good morning. How would you describe Rally Portugal?
Nice, rough, fast, a bit of everything. So now it's a really nice event, and yeah, really happy to be here, and we will try to enjoy.
And what is your target for the weekend?
We know well this rally. I think we have a good road position, and yeah, we'll try to do our best and push maximum Friday. But it's a long rally, so let's see.
Oliver Solberg, Elliot Edmondson. WRC2, like we say every weekend, pick a winner, because we haven't got a clue.
No, I don't think that's the beauty of WRC2, and it's been like that now for a couple of years. We've got some great competitors within WRC2, and this man is heading the championship right now. 2 wins on the board, Monte Carlo, and of course the last win in Croatia, where he was dominant.
Yeah, he was pretty special, wasn't he? And
now Oliver Solberg scoring points again for the championship here, so that would be fantastic to see. He already has a win at Rally Sweden to his name, and he was 3rd at Rally Mexico. And you can follow WRC2 and all the epic drama that happens throughout the championship with us all weekend. As Julian said, it is so hard to predict. I know we say that quite a lot, but it really is. When you look at the lineup, again, it's very, very strong here. We know we're welcoming back Andreas Mikkelsen. Chris Meek forms part of WRC2 as well this weekend. It's just going to be a stunner out there. Make sure you keep across it with us. Johan Rossell, the first WRC2 driver to complete. Our championship leader then is with Molly.
Johan, good morning. You must be coming here to Portugal with a lot of confidence. So what are your thoughts about the weekend?
I think I am happy to be back on gravel. It's, I think, the surface when you take a lot of pleasure, when you are confident. But yeah, I don't know what happened this weekend, but the plan is to get some point, and we will see what happens. We have a lot of level this week. Yes, I think for a young driver, it's good to compare it at all the WRC driver.
I think, yeah, he's referencing good for a young driver to compare to the old drivers. That'll be your Mikkelsens, that'll be your Meeks, older as in experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, looking down the entry list, there's only in that massive field, Gryazin and Sami Piara, who are not registered to score any points. They're here doing the rally as experience, but they're not scoring points. But everyone else is. Tell you what, if you come out on top of that in the points of the weekend, you'll be doing very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Final sector of track now for Oliver Solberg. Let's give you the time for Johan Rossell through there. It was a 3:04.7. And Solberg 1.8 faster than that time, with a 3:02.9. Nikolai Gryazin heads into the stage. Now we'll hear from Oliver Solberg shortly.
Grice in had a...
And then Johan in there. Not a huge amount of experience here from Portugal, but I'm sure you're targeting a win either way.
I have some experience. I've done it 2 times before, so for sure it's good. But yeah, it's going to be a very tricky weekend. I mean, really exciting, great roads, but very, very rough. So you need to really take care of punctures, and I think that's the main thing this weekend to be clean. But so many cars, so many competitions, so it's going to be like every race, flat out.
I'm so glad Oliver Solberg said it as well. It's not just us, Jules.
Yeah, great. Greensmith and Jonas Andersson going into stage. We saw Grice in there. Fair play to the TalkSport team. On Sunday afternoon, that car was embedded into the trees. Grice had a fairly big off. Well, when I say fairly big off, head on into a tree, bonnet bent around it. It needed to go to a workshop to be straightened out in the front end. So, top marks to TalkSport for getting that car fixed.
Let's take a look at Gus Greensmith now then. He took the win in Mexico, of course. Favourite event here for him in Portugal?
Yeah, I'd say Mexico and gravel won. Croatia was tough. I mean, he was kind of put out of the game quite early on.
Yeah.
When he, I don't know, did he hit the same pothole as Ogier and Robin? But anyway, it's something. Had to stop and change the wheel and tyre.
Maybe to right plus. Left opens over 80. To low right tightens 2. 50. Sharp to right minus. 40. Left 5 right minus tightens over drop. Into 4 left.
I think tomorrow out of all the days. Let's hear from Nikolai. We'll come back to tomorrow.
Right opens over 50. Right. Into left 3,
Nikolai, good morning.
Morning.
This car is looking a lot better than it was on your test. I guess it's a big job from the team, huh?
Yeah, the big thanks to them. They really did a good job. It was not that bad as on the photos, because when they assembled the front, it was not that bad. So luckily, again, thanks to them, they helped a lot. And now we just need to do one more pass just to check everything working good. So we're not trying to load the tires because we need to save them for the next days. So I just next run try to drive just to check if the engine is good. But for the moment, it's perfect.
Oh, just a little bit of a moment while we were on board.
That was hard. That was more than a little bit. I was reacting. We were going to hit that wall, and there's a curve there. But Greensmith's right rear might be slightly bent because that was a fairly big hit into that curve. I kind of moved away from the TV screen.
We both clenched.
Yeah. He seems to be giggling. We're going very slowly now.
Yeah, they've damaged the rear.
Yeah, right rear damage for Greensmith. Hit the curb.
Let's take a look at a replay of it.
We knew it was going from this moment onwards. Did we hit the wall or it is a curb?
It's the curb, yeah. We've just hit the curb.
Yeah. So I got a feeling that is pointing at a funny angle.
We'll take a look at it now with the
it's not a bad time
stop
now.
control camera.
Considering. So, and that's one of the characteristics when you go from, be it one forestry section to another, you sometimes go through villages on tarmac. But yeah, I'd be curious to see how badly damaged that rear is. And it's quite simple to fix, I would say.
That's just off the rim.
Well done. It's just off the rim. Brilliant. Potentially is a tyre loss for his allocation this weekend, depending on whether that pops back on there.
Morning, Gus. Glad you can have a bit of a giggle after a moment like that.
I even had it in my note. It was a new ditch this year, and I had it in my notes, but yeah, just too fast and touched the bank, so not good.
But other than that, favourite event coming up, you excited about the weekend?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's my favourite event, so yeah, just need to enjoy it.
Thanks.
I don't know whether he thinks there might be more damage than that, you know, because he really did back off a lot. I thought when he was going so slowly, I was thinking we were going to have bits hanging off the car left, right, and centre.
This is a flamboyant run so far from Teemu Suunanen.
Yeah.
Again, a reminder on your screen of where you can find the coverage this weekend for every single stage here at Rally Portugal.
Just look at all those people. I think there's more now than what there was before.
Again, Sunanen is another driver who is going to be very much up there in terms of competition this weekend.
Probably a bit shorter seat time, if anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Sweden.
In comparison to the others,
yeah.
Yes.
He's had a big gap. Someone had an even bigger gap.
Andreas Mikkelsen, Torstein Eriksson, we welcome them back to the championship.
I think they're already
into the stage.
They're already into the stage, I think.
That is going to be Adrian Formeau. You see ahead of you there, waiting to get underway.
Timo, good morning. That's a good time. Second quickest, but some damage there to the front right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where it came from. Maybe jump landing or something, but I thought that I haven't touched anything.
How are you feeling about the weekend?
It was quite okay. Surprisingly high grip. I was expecting to have a bit slippier, so there is some time to improve, but quite okay. It will be a good weekend.
It is going to be a good weekend. Absolutely,
say, another one who thrives on confidence. If they're confident, that's great. Andreas Mikkelsen is here. What do you make of that colour scheme?
I really like it. Why?
It's like peppermint, isn't it? I'm unsure. Yeah, I'm unsure. When I saw the pictures, I'm like, it's not like your normal bright green Skoda. It's like
not a bold green. It's
peppermint.
Yes.
Is it peppermint?
I'll come back to you with a word to describe it. I'll have a think.
I just got a shock when I saw it in his pictures first time. I was like, kind of, Formeau, Alex Correa, right. What can they do this weekend? We saw how quick they were in Mexico on the gravel. More and more updates coming on this car for the previous round, moving forward into the season. There's bits and bobs coming onto it.
Still waiting to see them take a podium away within WRC2. That hasn't happened yet. But like you said, we have seen the speed and we've seen the pace. Quite a few. We talked about the loose rocks that get pulled out. You know, Elvin Evans and Kalle Rovanperä, yes, they're going to struggle being first and second on the road, cleaning it all. But the further back you go, the more it gets. Wow, the glow.
Turbocharger. Wow.
That's a shot we haven't seen before. Or have we?
I think we've seen a turbo somewhere else, and I can't remember where now, but we've seen a turbo.
Good morning and welcome back to the WRC, Andreas. How does it feel to be here?
Yeah, it's nice to be back in a competitive environment for sure. Feels like a long time since Greece last year. But of course we stayed fit. We've been testing and we've been in the car a lot, so but just a little bit more nervous than usual. But I think this is normal, and just looking forward to get on with the weekend.
Thank you. That's interesting, isn't it? A little bit, you know, nervous. He has been competing. We saw him at the Azores Rally. He was second overall there a couple of months ago now.
Formeau hitting a bank on the left rear there. Has that going to have done what the same as Greensmith, taking the tyre off the rim? We'll see Fabrizio into the stage, but there's a lot of people clipping some stuff here, isn't there?
There's a lot of stuff to clip. And
that's it, yes.
As Gus Greensmith said, he had it in his notes. You know, he's just carrying too much speed into that sector. And he clipped the bank in. Let's give you some times within WRC2 then. Mikkelsen through with the fastest time with 3:02.5. So he may be feeling a bit nervous, but certainly he's delivering the pace. Oliver Solberg was a 3:02.9, then Sunanen, Gryzen, Rossell and Greensmith. Obviously Greensmith with the tyre off the rim after clipping the bank. That's why his time is not where it should be.
Yeah, I don't know whether Formeau, whether he just backed off after hitting the bank on the left rear. Someone who's been doing a lot of miles, Fabrizio, in South America, doing lots and lots of rallies.
getting the seat time in.
Yes.
It's all important as such a young driver. Get the kilometres under your belt. Let's hear from Adrian.
Adrian, good morning. First run through Shakedown and a big weekend ahead. What are your thoughts?
I really like the Portugal because the atmosphere and all spectators there are amazing. We have a lot of support from them, so I'm really pleased to be here. It was quite tricky in this one. We had a big rock in the middle of the road, so it pushed me nearly out of the stage. So, well, yeah, I didn't expect that. It was just after the crest, so quite tricky. But yeah, so it's okay. We are there.
Yeah, referencing the rocks that you can see them on his run. And just our final reminder for you that if you want to see what Portugal is going to deliver up this weekend and who is going to be on the top step of the podium in our various categories, then join us on All Live throughout the weekend.
You've just got to be so careful. Yeah, this bit, I mean, we have super specials as well, but all those banks lining the side of the road, it's an event that has really caught out many people over the years. It's been a real tough one. I think survival tomorrow is the most important thing, though. 8 stages, if you drop out, no service, there's going to be people aren't going to be holding back, because that doesn't happen anymore.
No, you can't afford to.
Be careful.
You can't afford to hold back now. Everything is so close out there. Fabrizio Zaldivar then completes with a 3:10.3. His front left is...
look at the wheel.
Wow.
It's not a puncture, it is it's the wheel that's broken, yeah.
Hi, Fabrizio, that's pretty big damage there on the front left. What happened?
Yes, there was a huge rock in the middle of the line, a really fast corner, so yeah, it was or we went into the trees or hit the rock, so yeah, it's really bad start to the rally, but okay, we will just keep working, we will keep fighting, and we will try to do our best.
Yeah, as you said, it's a really difficult start, but if you're going to have that kind of start, it's at Shakedown, isn't it? Oit Tanak is the fastest through on run 1 of Shakedown then with a 2:55.8. Look how close it is behind, though, just tenths of seconds between the drivers on run 1. And I think it's testament to potentially what we're going to see out there this weekend. It's going to be an epic fight here at Rally Portugal, that is for sure. So Tanak, Neuville, Sordo, Lappi, Katsuta are top 5 on the first run through Shakedown. We're going to head into the service park here at Rally Portugal and catch up with Kiri and Mike.
And there you have it, round 5 is underway. Welcome to the service park here in Portugal. A beautiful sunny day, and the weather is going to continue through the weekend. Well, Mike Chen back joining us this weekend. So looking at that Shakedown, I know it's not massively representative of the rally, but as our commentators were just saying, it shows how tight the competition is, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nothing to choose between second and third there. I think, as well, as you said, there's only so much that you learn from Shakedown, isn't there? And more as the cars and drivers pass through the same stage as the day progresses. You know, you're just testing, really. So it's not indicative of what we can expect from the weekend, that's for sure. But I think for Oit, it'll give him a bit of confidence, which is nice. And yeah, you know, it's more just a kind of pre-event test, really, isn't it, to make sure everything's running okay.
Indeed. Well, a few problems cropping up there as well. Now, we also, as we were working our way through WRC2, if you are just joining us and don't exactly know who the field is, there's 43 cars entered in WRC2. It is absolutely massive, and we will be having a look at Chris Meek running through that as well, because he is joining the field, which is very exciting for him, of course. Very difficult circumstances, but an incredible experience for him to be stepping back up into WRC2.
Yeah, look, Kiri, you know yourself, it's going to be a difficult weekend for Chris and for James Fulton, who's obviously in the car with him. And you know, but there's no better man for James to be sat beside. And I know that, you know, obviously James was with Craig, and they were just getting going. But at the end of the day, you know, the show goes on, and James spoke to Ray and Jackie Breen and said, you know, can we, you know, are you cool with me getting back in the car? And they said absolutely, and that's exactly where he should be. He's a top-class co-driver, and Chris Meek is the right man to be sat beside, you know. So I think you can see some pictures here, but I think it's great that Chris and James are together, and it'll be a tough weekend for them, no question about it. But he is at the start of his career, and I'm sure it's going to be a glittering one, because he really is that good.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Chris Meek stepping into the WRC too, but also competing for Hyundai Portugal as part of the Portuguese Championship. So that's why they are here this weekend. What happens in the future, I guess it will unfold and we'll find out more. But for this weekend, we're just enjoying the fact that Chris Meek is back with us. Now, Molly is up at that stage end, as you've been hearing, getting those interviews, and this is her interview with Chris.
It's good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And big smiles at the end here. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it's nice. I seen Colin Clark at the start of the stage. I was telling him I actually enjoyed a recce for the first time in a long time. So it's when you've been away for a while, it's nice to come back for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend.
It's a pretty fierce competition as well, isn't it?
Yeah, when you come down into WRC 2, there's 30, 35 cars, you know. So yeah, car's new to me. James is new in this seat, but he lives 100 kilometers from me at home, so we're sort of on the same wavelength. So yeah, I think he'll do a good job.
Don't really get the time. They put you down.
Yeah, I drove slowly.
Oh.
When they make stupid rules, you have to do stupid things.
Good to see you, James.
Yeah, well, big smiles from Chris Meek. Anytime that he's in a car, he's smiling. It is really exciting to see Chris Meek back. Now, he said that in the WRC2, there's only 35 cars. There's actually 43. Like we said, it's an incredibly competitive category, and it is really exciting. The big names that we're seeing, Andreas Mikkelsen back this weekend as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, WRC2 is massive this year, isn't it, in general? I think, you know, as you said, we've got Andreas, Gus Greensmith, and we saw him just knock a wheel off the rim earlier. So already in Shakedown, there's fireworks in the WRC2 class. Just coming back to Chris, though, look, I think it's brilliant that he's here, all smiles. I know that Fuzzy sat beside him will do a fantastic job. The pair of them will be bang on the pace this weekend, I'm sure. And as you said, Kiri, it's going to be a great battle, both in WRC and WRC2.
Yeah, Chris Meek is one hell of a driver to watch, so enjoy that this weekend. All right, well, as you were just saying, there has been a bit of turmoil in Shakedown already, this time with Esa-Pekka Lappi. Now, we're not exactly sure where the smoke was coming from, but they both were concerned for it, but it looked like everything was well under control. I believe he has stopped out on the road section there, but we have no further information. It's obviously, we sort of said it's something that everyone will say immediately. Esa-Pekka Lappi has had smoke and fire in these cars before. To see it, even if it's just minor, will be a sort of a rude awakening this morning for him.
Yeah, look, it's the one thing as a driver you don't want to see, isn't it? Is smoke inside the car. And Esa-Pekka, obviously, when, you know, back in the M Sport days, they lost that car as a result of fire. So it's the one thing that you want to be very, very careful of. But there wasn't a huge amount of drama there. It was just kind of trying to figure out where it was coming from. And you know, since then, as you said, he stopped in the road section. They'll have had a good look around that car, spoken to the team, and fingers crossed that there's not too much damage in there either.
Yeah, all right. Well, we will try and keep you updated. Keep across social media. We've obviously got the opening ceremony tonight, which we will be on air for, but keep across social media to find out exactly what's happening. Now, while we're talking about what's happening for the weekend, let's just give you an idea of what you can expect. So we have a big old weekend of stages. Let's take a look at what's coming up for you. All right, well, tonight, as we said, it's the opening ceremony, so 8 o'clock till 9:15, well, 8:15 to 9:15 ceremonial start. It's 8 stages tomorrow, 9 till 8 o'clock, and then on Saturday it's 7:30 in the morning till 9:15 at night. Stages 9 to 15. It's a smaller day, but it's an all-important day on Sunday, 7 till 1:45. Stages 16 to 19. Of course, we'll be seeing that incredible Fafa jump. That's got some stories over the years, hasn't it?
Crikey, what a stage it is, isn't it? It's just class, and already there's people camped out down there, you know, trying to get the spot. It's an unbelievable stage, and you know, it's brilliant to be back here in Portugal. It's always one of those rallies that throws up plenty of action, and to finish the way that it does, brilliant.
Well, it's going to be great to have your company all weekend. Make sure you stick with us for all of the action. The opening ceremony at 8:15 tonight, so we will see you there. But until then, it's goodbye for now.